Welcome. This is video number 399, and in this video I'm going to show you what are the two different procedures to carry out partial correlation in SPSS. Let me start with the idea of partial correlation. Partial correlation is a measure of the strength and direction of a linear relationship between two continuous variables whilst controlling for the effect of one or more other continuous variables. These other continuous variables are known as covariates or control variables. Although we know that partial correlation does not make the distinction between independent and dependent variables, the two variables are often considered in such a manner, that is, you have one continuous dependent variable and one continuous independent variable, as well as one or more continuous control variables. This is an example. Let us suppose variable 1 depends upon variable 2, where 1 is the dependent variable and variable 2 is the independent continuous variable. 3 is the other continuous variable, which is known as covariate or control variable. We may give an example of such a relationship, and we may use partial correlation to understand whether there is a linear relationship between the quantity of ice cream sold and the price of ice cream per cone while controlling for the daily temperature. That is, the continuous dependent variable would be ice cream in this case, measured in Pak rupees. The continuous independent variable would be price of ice cream, also measured in Pakistani rupees, and the single control variable, that is the single continuous independent variable which we are adjusting for, would be daily temperature, which is measured in centigrade. So in this case we have y as dependent variable, that is the ice cream sold, x is the price of ice cream, and z is the daily temperature measured in centigrade. We may believe that there is a relationship between the sale of ice cream and the prices, but we would like to know if this relationship is affected by daily temperature, since we suspect customers are more willing to buy ice creams irrespective of price when it is a really nice hot day. And partial correlation coefficient is written like this: R with sub y, x, where y is the dependent variable, x is the independent variable, and we control for the z variable. So in this case, z is the daily temperature, x is the price of ice cream, and y is the ice cream sales or quantity of ice cream sold. This video shows how to carry out partial correlation using SPSS statistics, as well as interpret and report the results from this test. Before we introduce you to this procedure, you need to understand the different assumptions that your data must meet in order for a partial correlation to give you a valid result. And we discuss these assumptions in the coming few slides. When you choose to analyze your data using partial correlation, part of the process involves checking to make sure that the data you want to analyze can actually be analyzed using partial correlation. You need to do this because it is only appropriate to use a partial correlation if your data passes 5 assumptions that are required for a partial correlation to give you a valid result. So the assumption number 1 is that there must be one independent variable and one dependent variable and one independent variable, and these are both measured on a continuous scale, that is, they are measured either on an interval scale or on a ratio scale. The second assumption is that there must also be one or more control variables, which are also known as covariates or control variables, and these control variables are also measured on a continuous scale, which means that they are continuous variables. Assumption number 3, there needs to be a linear relationship between all the three variables. That is, all possible pairs of variables must show a linear relationship, and this is often accomplished by visually inspecting a scatter plot. Assumption number 4 is that there should be no significant outliers because partial correlation is very sensitive to outliers, which can have a very large effect on the line of best fit and the correlation coefficient, leading to incorrect conclusions regarding your data. Therefore, it is best if there are no outliers or they are kept to a minimum. The final assumption is that your variables should be approximately normally distributed. And for testing normality, we may use Shapiro-Wilk test in SPSS. Now, the question is how to compute partial correlation in SPSS. In SPSS statistics, we can carry out partial correlation using two different methods. One is correlate and the other one is regression. And I'll be using this file hsb2 save, which you can load directly from the internet, and I'll also give the web link for this file in the comments. You can download the file and you can use it. So here is my SPSS file. This is the file that we can use. So this is reading score, that is my dependent variable. Writing is my independent variable, and I would like to find out correlation between reading score and writing score while controlling for math. So there are two methods. First, I would like to do this with the help of correlate, and in correlate I'll go to partial, and in partial I'll send this. So I want to find out partial correlation between reading score and writing score while controlling for math score. So OK will give me results. So this is basically the partial correlation coefficient between the reading score and the writing score while controlling for the math score. So this is 0.319 and we have control for the math score. I can also find out partial correlation between reading and math while controlling for writing. So I will bring this here, and I will shift math to this box. Now it will give me partial correlation coefficient between reading score and the math score while controlling for the writing score, and this partial correlation coefficient is 0.465, which is significant. Now this is the first method, but here I can compute partial correlation coefficient between two variables while controlling for the third variable. I can use another method, and that is regression, linear regression, and linear regression gives me directly the partial correlation coefficient for this is my dependent variable, this writing, and maths are my independent variables. And in statistics I will click this, and I want to have partial correlation, so I will press OK. Now these are my zero order correlation. This is the bivariate or zero order correlation between reading score and writing score. Here we don't control for the math score. And this is 0.662 is the bivariate or zero order correlation between reading score and math score. Here we don't control for writing score, but here 0.319 is the partial correlation coefficient between reading score and writing score, and here we control for the math score. Similarly, 0.465 is the partial correlation coefficient between reading score and math score, but here we control for the writing score. So these are the two methods. One is the correlate and the other one is the linear regression, in which we can find both the bivariate correlations as well as the partial correlation, and we can also compute the part correlations between reading and writing and math. So this is the file that I used for this, and this is the web link for this file. I'll give this web link in the comment section. You can download this here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this presentation and you understood new things. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, kindly do subscribe, and also do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you can get notification about my videos that I'll upload for you, that may be very valuable and very informative. I thank you for watching this channel and video. I would like you to share this channel and different videos with your friends, with your colleagues, with your students, so that they may also get benefit of these video lectures. Thank you, and see you soon.